Hey guys, xInsaneFailz here. This is just a guide on bursting and barraging rock lobsters, which is one of the best drop rates of crimson charms. Not drop rates, but the best, charms per hour of crimson charms. The statistics you see on the screen are for crimson charms. You may want to pause the video to see the full statistics. This is the equipment you're going to basically be using. You can mix and match between the equipment. As you can see, there is text on the screen. You may want to pause the video and see what equipment you're going to be wearing. This is the equipment, the inventory. Basically, you're going to be sticking to this pretty religiously, what I have on the screen now. Though, if you haven't done Fremenic trials, then you are going to have to bring 1,000 coins to get to Waterbirth Dungeon. To get to Waterbirth, full stop. These are the recommended levels. Without these levels, you basically won't be able to do them. So just pause the video and look at those levels. Now, this is how to get there. Not through the dungeon. This is how to get there from Varrock. Sorry about the lag here. My computer decided to throw up on itself. But it still shows basically how to get there from Catherby. But you just have to teleport from Grand Exchange to get to Catherby, and then to get to Rallica, and then Waterbirth Dungeon. Okay, just run through here. And you're going to be talking to the lovely man called Geordie, and you're going to give him 1,000 coins if you haven't done Fremenic trials. Then from there, you go outside around Waterbirth Dungeon until you get to this spot right here. Now, getting through the dungeon actually is quite complicated for the first bit. You're going to need 3 people. You will either run north or south, and you and your two friends, will either run north or south as well. Now, when you run north or south, let's just say you run north for the purpose of this video. Your 2 friends will go south, and they will unlock the 2-person door. You will go north and wait at the other 2-person door, and the friend who was coming up from the other door, in this case Confused Gods, shout out to them, will come up and unlock the door for you once your other friend has run up through there. Kriara should be standing over the other side by now, as I've explained previously. Now you walk up here, just do exactly as I'm doing on the screen. Use your ranged weapon that was in your inventory before to knock down this door. Of course, you can just use a throw axe to do that as well. He AGS spec'd, that's a bit overkill, but oh, that's Kriara right there. He has a YouTube page, ScottyDogRS. Anyway, we will go down here, climb down the ladder. Make sure you have your magic protect on, because these wassailisks are probably the most dangerous things in this dungeon if you don't have your prayer activated. The most confusing things are probably the Dagonoths, due to the fact that they have numerous attack styles. So I would recommend, most of the time when you need Dagonoths, unless they're pure ranging Dagonoths, to pray melee, because they can do huge amounts of damage if you're not praying melee, especially if you're not wearing Initiate, because that's at least got some melee attributes to it. The main advantage of Arims is, of course, for the magic boost. Anyway, pray melee through there. Now we go down here. I failed with the prayer a bit here. We actually pray range here, or melee. It depends on what you want. If you're far away from Dagonoths, they'll attack you with range. If you're close to them, they'll attack you with melee. Pray range down here. Whenever you need wassailisks, make sure you pray range, or at least 2 seconds after they start attacking you, because otherwise they can pretty much KO you if you're a lower level. Anyway, you run through here. Go up this ladder. Sorry about the lighting here too. I've had to do a bit of color correction on the actual video, because before I accidentally, when I was recording it, had lighting detail turned to high, and you know what that does in dungeons, you can't actually see anything. So see, the inventory and the actual text box is a bit screwed up in its color, but that means that you can actually see what's going on in the video. Anyway, we'll run through here. As you can see, I have melee protect here, even though some are ranging me, but some are also meleeing me, and when they melee me, they can do a hell of a lot of damage. Basically, you shouldn't have to eat going through this dungeon, but in case you do, I have a rock towel in my inventory. Of course, the thing you're going to be using to heal once you get to the rock lobsters is, of course, blood burst or blood barrage, depending on what you do it. Now there are quite a few. Yes. Anyway, now we've finished how to get there. Just watch that bit again if you didn't quite get it the first time. Now, as you can see, I've changed the lighting detail low. I learnt my lesson. Anyway, this is the lure. Basically, you run down here. Okay? You run to this sort of, I don't know, U-bend here. Then once they've all come around the U-bend, because you do not want to get them trapped behind the U-bend, because then you're going to have to do the run almost twice. Okay, you go in between these two. Then you walk up and stand behind the torch right here. That means that any Dagonoths that are actually following you, you can get them caught behind there and they won't attack you while you're up there, because they can get annoying and they can come around the safe spot, which means you're going to have to pray. And trust me, when you're down here for a long time, you want to conserve your prey points a lot. Even though you have so many pots in your inventory, they will run out quicker than you think. Now, the first couple of kills I got here, I actually got embarrassingly low amounts of Crimson Charms. I think I got 6 by the end of 3 lures, so, you know, you actually get more than that. You can get up to, you know, 50 for 3 lures if you're extremely lucky. As I said, it's a 24% drop rate, but since you are attacking 8 to 9 at a time, you know, it balances itself out. So, you'll almost always get more than 2 from each lure, and since you're only doing a couple of, you know, up to 10 casts or 20 casts, depending if you're doing barrage or burst, it's not highly cost effective. Actually, it's extremely expensive, but it's extremely fast. Okay, no charms that time. Sad face. Anyway, this is how to do it from the safe spot. We'll run up, just like I did before. We'll get this one attacking you. Remember to wear your initiate armor whenever you're doing a lure, because it'll, you know, it may seem small and ridiculous, but you really want the prayer points. I would not recommend just getting rid of the initiate and bringing an extra 2 prayer pots, because that'll actually be counterproductive. You will run up here. There's no Dagonoths actually following me yet. That is next lure, there will be Dagonoths following me. Anyway, you walk up here. The Wassilisk's the one that's actually maging me. You really do not have to worry about it. It's outside of its attack range. Anyway, as you can see, I'm blood bursting here, which in 2 or 3 blood bursts I fully replenish about 400 life points. So it's an extremely effective way of healing. I've just sped up this bit of attacking because it's a bit, you know, you don't really want to watch me attacking it over and over again. Anyway, once you've killed them all, you're going to have to recast it every, you know, about 2 to 3 times. So you're going to... I just dropped the green charms then because I actually needed the crimsons better. So I just got 2 crimson charms there. That's the minimum you're going to be getting per lure, basically, on an average. Minimum, of course, is 0, but on average, you're going to be getting a minimum of 2. Wait for this one to spawn, wait for it to attack you, make sure you don't get it stuck behind that ladder, because then you might have to do the lure again. Just wait here for this one, wait for them to come around the corner, and then you run straight down here. Now this time I think a Dagonoth does attack me. So we run down, get them attacking me. As you can see, there's a Dagonoth there. I stand right here behind this torch, and we'll run up. And as you can see, the Dagonoth actually gets stuck behind that torch, and it's quite easy to get them stuck there. It's not a hard safe spot to do it all. As you can see, where you can see the space. See how they hit very rapidly. They may not hit very strong, but they hit extremely rapidly and can KO you in about 10 seconds. So you've got to be very careful. Now you can see where the safe spot is. Right here. Make sure you're always standing there. If you're loot sharing, make sure the person you're loot sharing with is always standing there, and so that you cannot get attacked there unless a Dagonoth comes up and decides to be retarded and attack you. Or if you mess up the lure, then you can get attacked there, but you know, you're not going to really mess up the lure that often. So attack them, re-attack them until they're all dead. Then pick up their loot. Make sure that before you step out to pick up their loot, you actually activate melee protection prayer. This is going to prevent any from spawning and basically, you know, spawn KOing you, which is quite annoying. Okay, put on your initiate, put on prayer, grab the Crimson's charms, and yeah, I only did 3 here. I tallied out, but you know, you can do much more. So basically, to recap, these rock lobsters are one of the best charm droppers in the game. They maybe not on a killing 1 at a time won't be very effective, but since we're killing 8 at a time, that's what makes it effective. As I said, 100 to 400 at the very beginning of the video is the amount of charms you're going to be getting per hour, depending on whether you're bursting or barraging, what spell you're using, if you're using Shadow Barrage or Ice Barrage or, you know, same with burst. I would highly recommend each time you go there bringing Bloodburst. You're getting about 100k experience per hour. That's bursting. Barraging, you'll get close to 150 to 200k per hour. So it's actually quite effective for you in getting 99 magic. It's very expensive, but it's also quite effective. Basically that's it. If you need anything else, just rewatch the video. Make sure you've paused at all the appropriate places so you have all the equipment you need. The wiki page is also very comprehensive in giving you all the information you need. Okay, thanks for watching.